Hello there. Today I'm going to talk to you about diet. Now, people often ask me, what's the best diet for your health? And I always reply, it's the rainbow diet, the colourful Mediterranean diet. But then I'm biased because, as you may know, 9 years ago I wrote this book. But you don't have to believe me. In 2013, around Christmas time, 11 cardiologists wrote to Prime Minister David Cameron in Britain. And it was an open letter, it was in the Times. And they urged him to adopt the colourful Mediterranean diet as the diet of Britain. I think they forgot one thing, which is the sunshine, but never mind. In their letter, they made one very, very important statement, which I'll read to you. They said, the evidence base for the Mediterranean diet in preventing all of the chronic illnesses that beset the Western world is overwhelming. So why is the diet the best diet, in my opinion? Because it's backed by so much research now. And it doesn't matter whether you're talking about diabetes, dementia, cancer, heart disease, stroke, whatever. The research is there. There is a lot of research. One study, for example, from Harvard Medical School, took women about the age of 50, and it followed them for 15 years. And those that adhered closest to the colourful Mediterranean diet, at the end of the 15 years, were free of 11 chronic illnesses, wherever they were in the world, and they were 40% more likely to achieve the age of 70 than the control group. It's a huge difference. So in my opinion, the diet doesn't just protect, it clearly has some evidence of correction as well, because you don't just go 14 years and not get anything in those sort of numbers that were in the research study. Now, what's in the diet itself? Well, first of all, it's low glucose and certainly low refined carbohydrates. The actual carbohydrate tends to be in high fibre foods, and high fibre foods release the carbs much more slowly. High fibre foods are also very good for you because, for example, in two months ago, I think it was, there was a big study that showed high fibre foods were associated with a boost in the immune system via the gut bacteria, but still a very strong boost in the immune system. Secondly, it's very high in good fat. Now, it doesn't preclude you having some bad fat. The most important thing is that the balance favours the good fat considerably. What's good fat? Well, it's especially, as you know, olive oil. It's nuts and seeds and walnut oil and things like that, and it's fish oil. The third thing about colourful Mediterranean diet is the high mix of colourful vegetables and fruits. Now, it's important to understand that a lot of the colours, the pigments, are actually the bioactive compounds, and this is why it pays to actually eat a whole width of these fruits and vegetables. And the interesting thing is that Harvard has actually done another study which shows that eating these fruits and vegetables is dose dependent. What does that mean? That means the more you eat, the healthier you get. Secondly, another study from them, they showed that there's a strong synergistic benefit between all the different colourful vegetables and fruits. Now, the bioactive compounds, like those in fish oils and olive oil, have been shown to multiply up and make them much better than just if you had one. And secondly, there are other compound complexes like curcumin, for example, with black pepper, red piperine, and green tea, EGCG, it's also in infusions, and resveratrol or resveratrol, which is in grape skins. Those four make a very, very strong mix of polyphenols to actually protect and correct you. Now, let me just talk about correction, because the interesting thing here is there's a science since 1994-5 called epigenetics. So it's a relatively new science. And the science of epigenetics, I don't want to bore you, but the science of epigenetics says quite simply that there is less likely to be damage in your rolled up ball of DNA in your nucleus than there is to be around the outside. And what they've shown, epigeneticists, is that you build up histones around the outside of your DNA, and those histones end up, if they get too great, blocking messages that would come off from your DNA. And it's those blocked messages that cause you the problems. Now, scientists from pharmaceutical companies have actually shown that they can break these blockages. They can break the bonds, and the blockages then get reversed. So you can reverse the blockages, and they went as far as to say you are not doomed. Well, the interesting thing there is that we have known for a number of years now, and it's increasing with every piece of research every few seconds, it seems, that there are 65 or so bioactive compounds in the rainbow diet that actually all can release these blockages. They all have epigenetic effects. Now, I read, for example, in doing my studies, that one professor in America was talking about, wouldn't it be wonderful if one day we could connect women up to sulforaphane drips, these women with breast cancer. And, you know, sulforaphanes are sprouting seeds and greens and broccoli and things like that. So there is a huge wealth of research growing and growing all the time that epigenetic benefits from these foods can protect and correct. Now, the Rainbow Diet is the diet of Cancer Active. This book was originally written for cancer. But we've just opened a website called www.the-rainbow-diet.com. And the reason for doing that is because we want to put all this research on a site, and we want to tell you all about the Rainbow Diet and what's in it and how it does good for you and for your health. But I'll also let you into a little secret. We're actually just about to launch Rainbow Recipes. I think it's going to come out at the end of November. So hopefully then, when we've done all that, you will be able to benefit from the diet wherever you are in the world. And as Harvard said, you'll be able to live younger, longer. And that sounds like a really good deal to me. So thank you.